We have clients who come to us and ask us about whether they should incorporate a federal company or a provincial company. First, let's be clear, whether your company is a federal company or a provincial company itself does not make a big difference as to the laws and regulations the company has to comply with. For example, regardless of your company is a federal company or a Quebec company, let's say the company has operations in Quebec, both of them have to comply with laws and regulations enforced in Quebec, such as Quebec's French language laws. But there are two things our clients tend to neglect when they make the decision and choice between a federal company and a provincial company. The first is the federal company's Canadian director residency requirements. Canadian federal companies require 25% of its directors to be Canadian residents. Canadian residents, by definition in general, include Canadian citizens and permanent residents who are ordinarily resident in Canada. So if you're a foreigner or if you are a Canadian citizen or permanent resident residing outside Canada for an extended period of time, you might not be considered as a Canadian resident. If you are planning to operate your business in Canada from afar, you might not be eligible to serve as a Canadian resident director on your company, and that can create issues for your operations. In that case, it might be better for you to incorporate a provincial company because the provincial companies normally do not require its directors to be Canadian residents. And the second issue a lot of our clients tend to neglect is the maintenance costs. So we have to differentiate between incorporation and registration. Incorporation it means you create a company, but for a company to have operations in a province in Canada, let's say Quebec, it has to register with business registry of that province. In Quebec, we call that the registre des entreprises. In addition to that, when your federal company is operating in Quebec, it has to file annual returns and declarations with both Corporations Canada, which is business registration for federal companies, as well as the registre des entreprises, which is business registry for the province of Quebec. So you double the costs. You will spend more on company maintenance every year. But if you're owning a provincial company, let's say if you're a Quebec company, you don't have to spend money on preparing all the annual returns to be filed to Corporations Canada. So in that way, you save time and save costs. These are two things that a lot of people tend to neglect, but are nonetheless important for a choice between a federal company and a provincial company. If you have any questions regarding your business or you need assistance with the incorporation, you can contact us here at Lazarus Legal. We're here to help.